Hey guys, M.V.K here, back again, and I am here to review a DC book that I finally finished reading. And what is that book? It is called, well, I'm actually wearing the shirt of the character, as you can see, check it out. But we're going to review Superman Lost. This was a 10-part, I believe, 10-part miniseries written by Christopher Priest and artwork by Carlo Paglian. And this was this was tough to get through. Very tough to get through. I am not, and I usually think, okay, this is going to be pretty cool. Superman, I'm all for a good Superman story, maxi series of story. But basically what this is basically there's a routine mission with the Justice League, and what happens is Lois, after the mission, Superman returns to Lois, and Lois is like, oh, well, is that fast, huh? Honestly, no. The truth of the matter is, it wasn't just a few hours. No, Superman spent 20 years trying to get back. So he was gone 20 years in deep space and traveling, and there was like a machine in the water of like I believe between China, they said, and the machine had transported Superman through 20 years into deep space. So when he comes back, he feels very differently. He's going through, basically, look, he's like going through post-traumatic stress. He PTSD. He's sleeping on the floor. Even when Bruce came, she's like, what happened to him? And Batman's like, we don't know. Like, it takes it from there. And I'm reading this, and I'm just like, okay, we're seeing some part where Superman gets picked up by another alien race, and they're bringing him. They're like, oh, what are you? And they don't know where he is, but he's trying to tell them, like, can you take me back to Earth? And and Superman's just like, they're like, oh, you gotta pay us, and he's like, I don't have any money, and they drop him back off to where he was. I was like, what the hell? Like, I understood where I can understand where Superman was. Christopher Priest was trying to take Superman. I mean, there's a point. I mean, he is wearing this costume at one point. There's even a point where he actually gets together with a Green Lantern in this. Like, they're loving and kissing each other. Her name was Hope. And things like that. I mean, the design was great. I didn't mind the white costume for Superman. It was cool, but there were some parts of this, and I was just like, okay, like, what is this trying to interpretate? What is it trying to interpret for Superman? Like, okay, like, why did it take him so long? I was really trying to. It just was so slow to build up, and I was just like, and I'm a fan of Christopher Priest, and I'm like, this is going really slow. The build up is really slow, from issue 1 to 10, but the artwork from Carlos Pagliani was beautiful. Like, he just had some beautiful art, and I was loving the art in this. Like you could see there's even a point where like, let me show you some artwork. Let me show you some artwork. Like, here's a picture of the Green Lantern I was talking about. She's drawn beautifully. I'm like, wow, she looks great. Beautifully drawn. You you have even like, there's even parts in the book where, you know, Diana is trying to help Superman, like with the lasso of truth, and it was just, I don't know, just there was just something about this story that was just making me like, okay, I'm really confused at some points, and I had to read it like twice, like each issue I had to read like twice. I'm like, okay, did I miss something? It's not bad. It's just it feels like they tried to kind of resemble the Odyssey, but they went in a different direction with it, and that's kind of my issue with it. You know, and I'm not as shocking with Christopher Priest. You're like, okay, he's the man. You know, Christopher Priest, you know, he knows how to write. But here with Superman, he doesn't really give Superman a voice. And that was something I was like, you know, Superman, there's points of he's giving up, and I'm like, that's not Superman. Like, what? Like, it's just stuff like that. So this was a little underwhelming for me. I've seen other friends read it and they said the same thing. Just personally in me, I wasn't really feeling it. I thought I was gonna like it, and I waited for this book too. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait till this comes out on trade, and I waited and waited, and when it came out on trade, I was like, okay, let me get it. You know, it's 10 issues, and like I said, what I love about it, there are certain things I loved about it, but then there's just, it just felt out there. It really did. Well, guys, apologize for that review because, you know, it's Superman. You know, look, boom. You know, you would think, oh, with Superman, you're gonna get some good storytelling, and you're thinking because it's Christopher Priest, it should be on that bar, on that top level, what he did with Black Panther and everything like that. But unfortunately, it wasn't that, and I feel bad for it because I'm still going to put it in my collection. It's still in my collection, but you know, I just felt bad. I thought it would be a lot better than I thought. But outside of that, you know, it is what it is. You lose some, you win some. I just didn't feel. If anybody else enjoyed it more, fine. But I just felt a little bit. I don't know what true direction they wanted to go with it. It felt weird. It was like it went way, and then it went the other way, and then, you know, Superman is kissing and having. It almost felt like Superman was having an affair, and I'm like, well, you're married to Lois. Like, what the hell? So things like that. Come back next time, guys, for another trade paperback review, trade review. When I'm going to review this book, I'll be reviewing an Image book. We're going to go, Dark Horse, excuse me. And this was a book that I couldn't wait to read. It's called Kill All Immortals. It's pretty much Succession meets John Wick with Immortal Vikings. So I'm looking forward to this. I'll be reading this next. So I look forward to reading that. But outside of that, guys, you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces.